Down and die, hold on, I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I got all my life to live, I got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive.
That's Stephen Belair and the Queen Street Band. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I have to tell you what was really funny. So I was in the front, and they started playing the song, and I started coming. I was walking down the hallway here, and I came through, and just as I was walking through the door, what lyric were you singing?
Did you think I'd stumble?
No. Walk out the door is what you were singing. I thought, well, I don't know if that's really the first message I want people to hear when they're walking into the center, but it's all good. Here we are. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here at the Center for Spiritual Living. So let's take first things first. Who's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary during the month of July? And great. Have you filled out, by any chance, a ballot? Is there anyone who has not filled out a ballot? All right, so we're going to pass the ballots around. While that is happening, and this will all become clear shortly, I'm going to invite Tony Matthews to the microphone to talk to you for just a moment.
Good morning. How are you today? Oh, very nice. Thank you. I'm here to do just a couple quick announcements while we figure out how we can best celebrate our birthday friends. First of all, last Sunday and Saturday, the center had a booth at the Toronto Pride Street Fair on Church Street, and it was a wonderful success, and the people who volunteered, I just want to say thank you, give them a little hand. And to all you people, first of all, thank you so much. And second of all, please talk to the other people around you, because frankly, that was a fun little volunteer, service. I showed up for 2 hours. It was a beautiful afternoon. I got to chat with people. What we had there was just a wonderful presence of energy. Yeah, we had a tent and a sign and whatever, stuff like that. But it was just the people who showed up who made it fun and entertaining. So I like that. Keep that in mind next time we have some more events in other parts of the community that we can let people know what our center's all about. Two other things coming up 2 weeks from now. We will have guest speakers here, starting for 3 weeks. From 2 weeks from now, we have a guest speaker. Carmine Owen will be coming. Carmine? I knew I'd get that wrong. I practiced beforehand. Carmine Owen will be here from Edmonton, to be a guest speaker, while our lovely Reverend Jonathan will be out of the province for a little while. And then the following week, Esther Nicholson will be here, which is wonderful because Esther Nicholson will be a musical guest, will be delivering the talk on that Sunday, and is actually having a workshop after that. Make Room for a Miracle, a workshop on forgiveness. So that'll be that Sunday, the 28th, after service. There's a sign-up sheet in the bookstore. I don't have all the details for that. There's actually going to be a cost, and we'll figure out what that is. But if you want to sign up, Deja can get back to you with all those details during this week. We'll figure it out. I just don't have them with me on this Sunday morning. But that's Sunday the 28th. Should be amazing music and a wonderful talk and a great workshop, so come in for that. The other thing we've got going on next Saturday, the 13th, I believe, is we're going to finish painting some of these blank spots on the wall and just a little bit more sprucing up of our center because, hey, it's a reflection of our consciousness, and I like a spruced up consciousness, so that's a good thing. So if you are able to and want to come in for a quick little bit of, let me put it this way, it'll be air conditioned in here next Saturday if you'd like to come on in. Many hands make light work, and there's actually not a lot to do, but we just want to wrap up what's been going on over the past several months to make this place nice and friendly and a place we want to spend a little time in when we all come together. So I think that's all I have in announcements. Are the birthday things passed around fully? Cool.
Thank you, Tony. So yes, I every summer I go away for a period of time. I do my vacation. I go home and see my family in California. So that's what's going to be happening in a few weeks. I will tell you that I have hand chosen the particular speakers that are going to be filling in for me. I'll be gone for 3 Sundays in a row. Please don't let that be an opportunity for you to think, oh, I don't need to show up to service that day, because these speakers have brilliant, brilliant consciousness to offer. Carmian is a ministerial student in Edmonton. He's studying with Dr. Ken and Dr. Deb Gordon in Kelowna, so not to be missed. And Esther Nicholson, brilliant, brilliant consciousness from Agape, and brilliant singer, brilliant speaker, and you will love her workshop as well. Also then on August 4th, the conference ends on the 3rd, yes. On August 4th, our speaker is going to be our very own Helen Valleau. Can I tell them all who will be starting, yes, who will be starting her ministerial studies in January? Yeah, January. She's starting her ministerial studies in January, so.
But that's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
We have a guest singer that day.
Oh, we do, of course.
Yes.
I totally forgot. The brilliant Amy Bishop is going to be here from Calgary, and I'm telling you, you know what? I should get her CD. There's a CD, actually, get her CD off of my desk, one of her CDs, and at the end of service, we're going to blast a little Amy Bishop because she is pretty spectacular. So, that's August 4th. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes. All right, so everybody's turned in their ballots, right? All right, let's celebrate and sing happy birthday to everyone who's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. Here is the birthday and anniversary song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
All right. Would you come up here for a moment and choose one of those pieces of paper? All right. The big winner is Charose. The charity that Charose chose, CMCC, which is?
Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and in honor of my grandmother, whose birthday is the same day as mine.
Wonderful. So what will happen is 5% of what we collect today during the offering, during this service, is going to be donated directly to the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College. So thank you, Charose. Thank you so much. So we come here every Sunday with a specific purpose. I'm going to give this back to you. Thank you so much for helping. We come here every Sunday with a specific purpose in mind. What is your specific purpose today? I'm really asking the question. What is your specific purpose today? Joy? Yell it out. Let me know. Singing. Celebration.
My first visit today, so just getting to know him.
Wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you here. Who's here for the first time? Wonderful. A lot of people here for the first time, and it's great to have you here. Howard, you're here. You know what? Howard has a point. We're only ever in any specific experience for the first time ever. So theoretically, we're all here for the first time. For the first time in this time, and this is the only time that is. So it's great to have you here. I come here with a lot of enthusiasm on a Sunday. Sometimes maybe a little more than people are ready for on a Sunday morning, even at 11 o'clock. But we are here to celebrate an idea. We're here to celebrate the understanding that there is one thing going on, one thing, and nothing else. That one thing is a divine creative process that is founded and grounded in an energy of love. That's what has created the entire universe, and that's what we celebrate here, right here, every Sunday morning. We do this in any number of ways. We sing, right? People come here to sing and have a good time, and so there's a different vibe with the band today, because Tanis and Pierre are on a vacation. It is do I dare say? It is Pierre's 30th high school reunion. Yes, and so they are off. They've gone east, and they've left the music department in the very capable hands of Stephen and Aaron. So it's going to be a little bit of a different service today too, because there's going to be some music that you won't be expecting, right? Like "I Will Survive." So we celebrate. We're here to celebrate Spirit. One of the ways that I like to celebrate is I like to remind myself of the truth. I like to remind myself of the divine principle that I have taken into my own heart and has helped me live my life in a more extraordinary way. So look at the back of your songbook. And on the back of your songbook is this reading called the Declaration of Principles. And we read this together in a ritualistic fashion as a reminder. And so as we read this together, really check in and determine whether or not this is what you stand for. Check in, determine, is this what I believe? So let's read this together. I believe in one living Spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. I believe that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. This is going to be an important aspect of what I speak about today, because it lets people off the hook. Mostly, we need to be conscious of letting other people off the hook in our lives, and we mostly need to let ourselves off the hook, right? So here to take us a little bit further into Spirit and into inspiration is our practitioner of the day, Helen Vallot.
Good morning. I attended the I Can Do It conference last weekend, which was amazing. But one of the things that was so interesting about it is that Wayne Dyer, who spoke for 3 hours and was incredible, Carolyn Mace, Bruce Lipton, were all speaking on the same thing, that I swear they actually could have been up here speaking science of mind. Because it was all on oneness. It was all that we're God, we're one, and that God is everywhere present. And Wayne Dyer, it was so incredible listening to him because he, it's like, did he study at the Holmes Institute? The languaging that he was using, it's the language that we use. It's Ernest Holmes, it's James Mellon, it's Jonathan Zenz, it's Troward. It was so brilliant to hear him actually using the same languaging, speaking to thousands of people that we're studying and embodying in this center. So it was kind of cool that way. So anyways, I found this in Science of Mind, Living the Science of Mind. So this sort of applies to what the message was last weekend, and the message always is. One of the most remarkable evidences of how this silent spiritual force works was exhibited in the life of the late Mahatma Gandhi, as he sat quietly before millions of people in these great public meetings. A combined atmosphere of confidence and faith was created, in which they called darshan, which means the united spiritual force of a great multitude of people. Vincent Sheehan, who wrote the book about Gandhi, called Lead Kindly Light, said that he left his spiritual realization completely. I need a little light here. That's better. said that he felt this spiritual realization so completely that it was though he had bathed in some refreshing stream of life. This is an example of how spiritual reaction can work. It reaches out to all around us and sets in motion a chain reaction to which there is no limit. We know that the power that does this is good. It is a power of life, love, truth, beauty, and peace. It is not only a power, it is the final power in the universe because it is God. And it is God present everywhere and in all people. Just for that, there is an energy caught up in the universe, locked into the physical atom that can be loosened so that there is a spiritual energy caught in every person's mind and locked up in the individual life waiting to be used. Yeah, it's the chapter, How to Create a Spiritual Chain Reaction in Living the Science of Mind. So, I have an affirmation here. I consciously use my spiritual power within to heal, bless, and prosper. So if you'd repeat that with me, I consciously use my spiritual power within to heal, bless, and prosper. So let's say it together one more time. I consciously use my spiritual power within to heal, bless, and prosper. Go.
Great. Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
So that spiritual power within, it's one thing. Yes, hello, hello. That spiritual power within is one thing. It is the energy of love. And it is not, I'm not talking about romantic love, even though romantic love is wrapped up in that. I love romantic love. I'm a romantic. Oh. And I am. I'm such a romantic. Helen has spent a lot of time. Okay, so when we went to New York last week, we ended up spending 9 hours on a Greyhound bus together. Mostly sleeping because it was the middle of the night. But yeah, she got to know a lot about just how romantic I am. Whoa. No, that came out wrong.
I love you, Bob.
That came out so wrong. Because we were talking about romance. Woo! It's going to be one of those Sundays. So really what I'm talking about here is love. And romantic love is wrapped up in that, but love is so much more than that. Love is the creative source of all things. Love is the only creative power that exists. That's it. And so as we step into this moment of reflection around that idea, we have a very special, perfect song on this. So I'm going to turn it over to these gentlemen to share with you.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can do can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Knowing that it is love, that is the power and the presence of God, that is in and through all of us. This is who we are. This is who we are individually. This is who we are collectively. This is what this center stands for, is the power of love, of stepping in and being love. Knowing that this is the wholeness, the truth, the beauty, the oneness of all of life. It is back of all life and always expressing, always evolving, always supporting each one of us in living in love with an open heart, giving and receiving for this life and for hereafter, for we are infinite beings of love. And in this body that we inhabit at this time on this earth plane, we each have the power to be love, to be light, to embody and declare our oneness with God, with Spirit, bringing peace on this earth and opening our hearts to one another, seeing only God, only Spirit, only love in one another. In this moment, I declare these words as my truth, and I invite them to make it your truth. To declare and know and have the faith and conviction that it is love that is everywhere present, always expressing, always evolving, always creating, bringing health, prosperity, life, grace, relationship, romance, and beauty and truth to our lives. In grace and gratitude, I release these words to that perfect law of mind where it is a done deal once my words are declared. And I declare them as so right here, right now. And together we say, and so it is.
There's nothing you can know that isn't known. There's nothing you can see that isn't shown. There's nothing you can be but where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
All you need is love. Oh, how you feeling? Good. That was a beautiful treatment. Thank you for that, Helen. Oh, what was that? What did you say?
I feel younger. I don't know if it's all younger or has it, but
And so it is. You know what? I will tell you. No, I will tell you. This philosophy keeps you young. It keeps you young. I've seen it. I talk about Sue Rubin all the time. Sue Rubin is in her late 80s. You would not guess that she was anything past 60 if you looked at her. And she's a minister within this philosophy. I'm telling you, you want to stay young? Be in this philosophy. I mean, look at me. I'm 70. Oh, Tony Matthews. You know what? So here's what I love. Today is a little bit looser than I usually, a little. There is a purpose behind everything that occurs, and it's going to be like, oh, it's so perfect. I love how everything's being set up for a perfect talk today. This song, so it's kind of a Beatles day, a little bit. Certainly a John Lennon day, for sure. So this song that Steve, can I out you a little bit about your journey? Please. So when is the first time you have ever sung solo in front of an audience?
Right now.
So one of the things that has been, if you don't mind me talking a little bit about it, so one of the things that's been occurring, Stephen is in Mental Muscle with me right now, which is an online workshop, 16 weeks. We're going into week 15 tomorrow. And he's facing his fear. He's facing one of his fears, and this is one of the things that has come out of Mental Muscle, that you have the opportunity to, in a safe environment, face your fears and really overcome them and really begin to create an extraordinary life for yourself. So I want to honor Stephen for taking this leap today. And now I'm going to turn it over to him because he has this beautiful song that he wants to share with us all. So, Stephen Belair.
He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man can you see me at all. Nowhere man, don't worry, take your time, don't hurry, now give it all till somebody else lends you a hand. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody.
Stephen Belair, the Queen Street Band. Awesome. How do you feel? Haha,
I feel great.
good. You can do this. All right, so I am a control freak. For those of you who are online who didn't hear that, what Wim just shouted out was a romantic one. So, no, I am absolutely a control freak, right, Helen? Like, I want everything just so. I like to have everything tied up neatly in a little box and have a bow on it and everything. And this is sort of how I approach the entire experience of Sunday service, quite frankly. Like if things don't feel like they're going right to me, I kind of have to take a step back and breathe. This is not one of those days, by the way, because I came in here with the sole purpose of not allowing that control freak to get the better of me. And there's a big reason why. There's a big lesson that I've had to learn this week. And it's funny because in mental muscle, I teach this lesson. I have taken mental muscle myself 13 times before I ever taught mental muscle. And I've now taken it 13 times. This is the third session of mental muscle that I've taught, and there's a whole week devoted to what I'm talking about today. And to this week, it isn't even that week, this week I really got it. So today I'm talking about perfectionism. And I thought I knew. I thought I knew the answer. I thought I knew how to step back and allow the perfection of my being to simply just express itself easily and effortlessly. And then I can just breathe into this perfect moment and know that I'm God right here, right now. Just as everybody I see, we're all God. We're all this perfect expression of divine. All right, now everything has to line up exactly the way I decide it has to line up. Perfectly. So there's a lot that's gone on this week. So one of the first things that's happened this week is I've been listening to a podcast. Now, I've never really been into podcasts. Like, do you know what a podcast is? So a podcast is like you go online and you subscribe to an audio thing, and then it downloads automatically onto my iPhone, and then you listen to it. It's like radio programs that download automatically. Well, my friend, actually, he's a former roommate of mine. He's now a practitioner at the Global Truth Center in North Hollywood with James Mellon. He started this podcast not so long ago called New Thought, New Song, and it's about the process of songwriting. But he does it from the New Thought perspective because he's a practitioner, and he talks to New Thought artists. He's had Daniel Nahmod on his show. He's had Faith Rivera, Jamie Lula. He's had Ernie Halter, Doug LeBeau and James Mellon, who are both songwriters as well. And one of the questions that he always gets to in his podcast is this question. He asks it of every single guest he has. And he sets it up like this. All right, now here's the big question. What do you do when you get writer's block? Do you get writer's block? Do you not get writer's block? And if you don't get writer's block, what do you do? He's done 9 episodes so far. Pretty much 9 musicians have all come back and said, I don't get writer's block, and I don't get writer's block because I got over perfectionism. Every single one of them. These are people who are successful in their field. And it really I had to step back and start thinking, where am I blocking my own flow because of the perfectionism that I am bringing to my own experience? So that's the question today. Where might you be blocking your own flow because of the perfectionism you think has to be expressed in a specific experience? Oh, big sighs. Oh, he's touching on something today. Are you a perfectionist? If you don't think you are a perfectionist, and that's okay, look at your life and find the place in your life where you might express the desire to be a perfectionist, where something never seems to be quite right. I think we all have some place. We all have some place where we exhibit it. I believe that's why I did not have a more successful acting career. I was a very successful actor. I wasn't a famous actor, right? But I worked, and I worked consistently. I worked a lot. I think I could have been a star. But perfectionism got in the way. Because nothing was ever perfectly right. And so I withheld myself from really putting myself on the line in auditions because it was never perfect. At what point, where in your life are you not putting yourself on the line because it's not perfect? It is It is easy. Now, here's the one thing. It is easy to tap into the consciousness of perfection at any given moment. Anytime, day or night, wherever you are, you can tap into perfection. And I do that by going to that place of centered awareness. Because when I'm in a place of centered awareness, understanding who I am and what I am, which is the divine expression of God, which is exactly what each and every one of you are, God is only perfect. And so therefore, we are only perfect. It's easy to go to perfection when I'm meditating. It is very easy to go to perfection and to express perfection when I'm centering, going into visioning, tapping into the intuitive force of creative source that is coming through me at all times. It is very easy to tap into perfection when I am removing myself from the concept of outside judgment and the perception of outside judgment. So where does perfectionism, where does the concept of perfectionism come from? I think it comes from one place and one place only. We have decided to be imperfect. We have decided to be imperfect so that we can then experience life as a struggle towards becoming perfect. But we have forgotten all along that we already are perfect. So if you feel, it's so quiet in here. Like I said, I think I've really tapped into something today. If you feel on some level that you are imperfect, I am here to tell you today it is not true. It's not true. You are perfect. Everything you do is perfect. Everything you experience is perfect. This experience of service to me today, it's loose. I will tell you, it gets I get a little it's a little loose today. It's perfect. Because I have to let go myself of this concept that there is anything that is not perfect. Everything that you experience is perfect. Every circumstance that shows up is perfect. It can't not be. Now, we may look at something. I'm trying to think of a horrible circumstance. Isn't that terrible? I'm like, and I can't. What's a horrible circumstance that I haven't really experienced many horrible circumstances recently. Okay. Am I really about to say this? Yes, I am. Oh, heaven forbid. Okay, so I gave my number to a guy last week. And it was at Pride, right? It was the end of the weekend. It was a Sunday, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give my number to this guy. And so I walked up and I very politely, I'd like to be presumptuous and offer you my phone number, I said to him, and he accepted. And I thought, I'm in. He accepted my phone number. Here we are a week later, he has not called. You know what? It's not even about that anymore. What it is about me stepping past that comfort zone where there was a lot that for a long time I wouldn't even have gone that far. To offer somebody my number, that would freak me out because I didn't think that I was perfect enough, or I didn't think that he was perfect enough, or the experience was perfect enough. No, you know what? Got to step into it. You got to break through that comfort zone. So I did that. I had to step outside of the judgment place that I was putting upon myself. I had to step away from the rejection possibility and put it all on the line. How many of us get stuck in the concept that we might be rejected, and so we do not take the chance? You're the only one? Really? Nobody else here. So here's what so there's a book I'm going to pitch today. First of all, one of the books that I'm going to pitch today is The Power of Decision. If you have not read The Power of Decision, I've decided I am teaching it next year. It's one of the books I'm going to teach. It is one of the best books out there within this philosophy. And when you recognize that everything that you experience is a decision that you have made, whether consciously or subconsciously, you are experiencing it. It is a decision that you have made. And when you start to make different decisions consciously, you then begin to recreate a habit of thinking in the subconscious so that your life begins to explode and expand in a very different way. How many of you who've been in this philosophy, Carmen, yes. How many of you have experienced this by embodying this philosophy? It is all about the decision that you have made. That's it. You don't have to do anything except make the decision. Most of us are making decisions, however, that are grounded in fear. And when we make decisions grounded in fear, we block ourselves from pushing past that fear. The beautiful, brilliant metaphysician, I don't know if you'll recognize this name because it's a musical theater. Do you know Stephen Sondheim? All right, Stephen Sondheim, he was the lyricist on West Side Story and Gypsy, and he's written How to Succeed in, no, Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. He didn't write How to Succeed. Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. He wrote Into the Woods, Company. I mean, he's a prolific, he's really considered like the biggest name in contemporary musical theater, probably right now. Yeah, Tony, would you say that? Yeah. Still, there's a brilliant line in Company, a show that is near and dear to my heart. And it's one of the characters speaking to the lead character who is hemming and hawing over his relationship woes. It's funny, it's all about relationships today. The whole musical is about relationships. And one of the things that holds us back is this concept of perfection. And one of the characters says to the lead character, "Don't be afraid it won't be perfect. The only thing to be afraid of really is that it won't be." We stop ourselves short so frequently because we're afraid it won't be perfect. And then we get in the trap of not allowing it to be. This is why I am so honored that you have taken a step into your own creative expression in a very bold way today, Stephen. And beautifully, I might add. How many of you have dreams that you're sitting on because you're afraid they won't be perfectly expressed? I still have dreams that I sit on because I'm afraid they won't be perfectly expressed. Today is my day to remind myself to get over it. Get over it. For me, that's what I'm telling myself. I don't presume to like stand here. Get over it. All of you, get over it. No, for me, it's what I need to hear. Get over it. Actually, so the Bob Newhart, right? Everybody seen the Bob Newhart video? Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. So, okay, see, I'm on tangents again. So it's Bob Newhart. You all know Bob Newhart. And it was a sketch on Mad TV. Back when Mad TV was on, and it's brilliant because it's so perfect for this philosophy. Mo Collins plays a patient who comes into his office, and she sits down and she starts telling Bob Newhart all of her woes and everything that's going on and how she's got all of this fear and everything. And his only response to her is this: "Stop it!" What is brilliant about it, though, is he's absolutely right. We create all of these scenarios in our head about the way things are going to fall apart, rather than creating the scenarios about how everything's going to unfold perfectly. And so if you're creating the scenario about how everything's going to fall apart, and then you step into that, or you don't because you're afraid, but if you do step into it, what you've created in your mind is what is going to show up in your experience. So here's what I have to say to you: stop it. Start looking at your life as though you are successful, because you are. As Edwene Gaines says, nobody had to teach her how to go through puberty. She was successful at puberty. She does say this. She's very funny. Nobody had to teach her how to be born, but she was born, just like we all were. The thing is, we are successful just because we are here, just because we exist. And so today I'm going to encourage you to take a look at the dreams that you have been squelching and to step into them in some way. Find one thing to do this week. One thing, just one, that's all I'm asking. Find one thing to do this week to step in the direction of your dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt writes, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. But you gotta believe it. You have got to believe it. Otherwise, you can sit on your dreams until you're 6 feet under. And maybe it'll happen in the next incarnation of your experience because we do believe that life is infinite, but why not do it now? What is holding you back? Now, perfectionism can get in the way. I am not going to tell you that it is not okay to be a specifist. It's a word I made up. Because I am a specifist. That's what I've decided. I am no longer a perfectionist. I am a specifist. I appreciate the specifics of things, and I appreciate things in a specific manner. And that, for me, is okay. However, if those things do not show up in the specific manner which I would like, I'm not going to beat myself up. It's when I beat myself up that I've stepped into perfectionism. It is absolutely okay to be a specifist. I am very specific about how I would like the Sunday experience to be. Anyone who's in the music department will tell you. When we have rehearsal, I am very specific about what I want the music to be. I'm very specific about what I want the experience to be. I've been very specific with the practitioners about what I want them to present when they come up here. I am very specific. But if I let it get the better of me and think that everything is looking for young ears, thinking that everything is going to hell because I never thought I would actually really use the word hell in a Sunday service because we don't teach hell. But if I think that everything is going to hell because it is not specific to the way that I would like it to be specific, then I've stepped into something else entirely. And that serves no one. It does not serve me. It does not serve you in your experience of this Sunday. It does not serve you in the experience of life, because if I'm not living the principle that I am preaching, then why would you keep showing up? So, I am here to tell you it is okay to be specific. But when you get to becoming a perfectionist, stop it. So, some of the questions that come up in Mental Muscle is, what do you use in your life to prove that you are perfect? I just want you to think whatever first comes to mind on that question. What do you use in your life to prove that you are perfect? These are reflective, rhetorical questions. Just see what comes to mind. The next question is this: how do you prove that you are imperfect? How do you prove that you are imperfect? With both of those questions, whatever came to mind, you're right. You're absolutely right. So if you would like to only experience perfection, stop affirming those things which you use to prove that you are imperfect. Turn them around in your own mind, because that's where all of creation begins. It begins in mind. This is the fundamental aspect of our teaching that I think we actually miss a lot of the time, because a lot of people come into this philosophy thinking, I have to change the things out here to make my life better. And we teach, change your thinking, change your life. Most people are thinking, change my life. But it starts with the thought. It starts with the thought. It starts with the belief behind the thought. And so once you change the tendency and the belief and the tendency of thinking towards an understanding that you are already perfect no matter what the circumstances look like, your circumstances will shift to uphold the idea you have about yourself, which is perfection. So step beyond your comfort zones. Take a bold step. Today, this week, take a bold step because your comfort zone is a block. Your comfort zone is a blockade. It will keep you from growing, period. Ernest Holmes, this is one of my favorite quotes because we also sometimes think that we need to have the support of everybody around us to help us live our dreams. Ernest Holmes writes this. You will recognize this quote, Judy. Dare to speak and know that what you speak is the law. We talk about the law, right? The law of cause and effect. When you speak, you set in motion a law of cause and effect. So I'm going to start the quote over. Dare to speak and know that what you speak is the law unto the things spoken, regardless of what conditions exist. One alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. You do not need the support of every single person around you to live your dream. You need to understand that you are a perfect point of consciousness and you constitute a complete majority. And so whatever it is you would like to experience, whatever life you would like to have is yours for the taking. That's the truth. Do not allow some concept, some idea to hold you back because that is the only thing that will ever hold you back, an idea. No one, no circumstance, no person, no place, no thing can ever truly hold you back. The only thing that holds you back is your concept that those things can hold you back. So stop believing, stop it, stop believing that these things can hold you back. They can't. They can't. Perfection is a state of being, not a state of doing. When you begin to understand that who you are is perfection, then perfectionism shows up perfectly, whether it is in being a specifist or not. Today's experience of service is perfect. As a specifist, it is looser than I would like. I've said that a few times, right? Because I have a little bit of, it's a little loose. And so I turn it back on myself. Stop it. Stop it. I frequently say, no matter what, you are here on purpose and with purpose, whether you're aware of it or not. If you think that you walked through these doors accidentally, I am here to tell you it is not true. It was purposeful, whether you're aware of it or not, because there's something in your belief system that drew you and attracted you to this place today for some reason. Now, whether that reason is apparent to you in this moment doesn't matter. And this is true of every experience you have in life. You attract yourself and you attract the experiences into your life. Everything that happens to you is happening through you and for you. Everything. You are an infinite, universal, creative power. You, each and every one of you, is an infinite, universal, creative power. Don't sell yourself short. You're never, ever on a road to nowhere. You're always on a road to somewhere. The road to nowhere is a perception. That's why I'm really glad that you brought this particular song today. He's a real nowhere man sitting in his nowhere land. I'm going over here, Tony. Yeah, thank you. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. He's a real nowhere man sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. And isn't he a bit like you and me? Today I say no more. Today I say, make a decision. Step into the next thing. Step into your dreams and do it boldly. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Henry David Thoreau. If you don't, here's what's going to happen. There is something in mind that is meant to be expressed by means of you, something extraordinary and exquisite. And if you allow yourself to be blocked because of a comfort zone, that thing will move on and become expressed by means of somebody else, because it can't not be expressed. Why don't you be the one to express it? So today, let your love flow. Breathe. Because now I'm letting you all off the hook. Let go of any preconceived notion, or let go of any place now where you might feel a little riled up, because now I've told you who you are and what you can experience just by making a new decision, and that freaks some people out. Let it go. Let your love flow. Let your creativity flow. Dare to burst through that barrier of perfectionism. Travel fearlessly beyond that road to nowhere. That's the message of the day. Today, affirm for yourself, I am perfect. Let's all say it together. I am perfect. It is true because God is perfect, and God is who and what you are. Namaste. So as the band comes back up, thank you all for your consciousness. Thank you all for being here today. This is the point of the service where we do our affirmative giving. And when you hold what it is you have to offer, whatever gift, if it's a gift, a tithe, your investment in this center and into the good that this center does, hold it to your heart today with one hand. With your other hand, you can take a look at the back of your songbook, and let's read together the divine givingness statement so that we can embody that deeper understanding of the law of correspondence and givingness. I know that God is the source of all supply, and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And as the baskets go around, if you want to stand and dance, we're going to sing I Love, which is on page 29 of your songbooks.
1, 2, 3, 4. I live, I breathe, I give, I receive.
I'm singing it wrong. There we go.
I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love. I live, I breathe, I give, I receive. I laugh, I love. I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love. I live, I breathe, I love.
All right, I'll invite Helen Velo to do a blessing over the offering.
Join joining together in knowing that God is the perfect source, the only source, the infinite source of prosperity, of love, of abundance, of joy, of oneness, and blessing here today all that we have received, all that is given to us to support this center in growing, expanding, and teaching about the power of love, the power of choice, the power of God within. And so, in receiving this gift today from each of you, I know that it is used and honored by the Board of Trustees for the highest and best good of this center, supporting our community and supporting the world at large. I release these words to that perfect corresponding law, knowing it is done, all is prosperous, all is well, and together we say, and so it is.
That's great. Thank you. So I want to thank everyone who makes this service possible, everyone who specifically helped out today. I want to thank Christina and Susan for setting up. I want to thank Derek and Pat, who are our greeters today. In the bookstore today, we have Lorna, and I want to thank our board members, Judy and Linda. Thank you so much for your service. I want to thank the band, Stephen and Aaron and Brian and Rudy and Patrick. Who's somewhere? Does he play on the next song? Yeah. Oh, Patrick, you're going to need to be playing soon, just as a reminder. I want to thank in the sound booth Carrie, and I want to thank Tony for ensuring that we get out to the internet, to the interweb, to that cyberspace. And I want to thank everybody who's watching us online and let you know that I am grateful for your contributions and consciousness to this center. Even if you're not physically in this room, you are with us in consciousness. So thank you for watching. I want to thank Linda for these gorgeous flowers. Beautiful, beautiful. Downstairs with the kids today, Mahala and Heather. Just looking at my list, I want to thank Helen Velo for your beautiful treatment, your beautiful meditation today. Thank you so much. Yes, and I want to thank every single one of you for being here today. I want to remind you, as the first Sunday of the month, we do have fellowship, and we've got some potluck dishes that have been brought, so please join us after the service for fellowship and, I was going to say frolic. But after I've now admitted my romance with Helen, that may not be appropriate. We can frolic a little bit. So, I'm going to invite you now to simply relax right where you are. And we've got another wonderful song that has been brought. And I'm going to invite you to simply relax and hear the words and be right where you need to be in this perfect moment. Oh, and there's Patrick. Perfect.
People say I'm crazy, doing what I'm doing. Well, they give me all kinds of warnings, save me from ruin. When I say that I'm okay, well, they look at me kind of strange. Surely you're not happy now, you no longer play the game. People say I'm lazy, dreaming my life away. Well, they give me all kinds of advice, designed to enlighten me. Well, I tell him that I'm doing fine, watching shadows on the wall. Don't you miss the big time boy, you know on the ball. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just had to let it go.
So I invite you to go to that place right here and right now. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, you can do so. And know with me a deeper truth, a deeper understanding. Stepping into that place of full recognition that there is only this one power, this one creative source. I call it love, and it is the only thing that is going on. It is the action of life expressed by means of each and every one of us. We are all perfectly expressing as love, as life, as light, as peace, as harmony, as beauty, as joy, as power. This is who we are. And so I stand firm and resolved in my consciousness right here and right now and make these statements with a full awareness that my word spoken is a done deal. It shows up in experience perfectly. And so I step into that deeper understanding that there is a perfection that is embodied by each and every one of us. It is the perfection of the divine, and it shows up in our lives perfectly as perfect health. Each of us having pure, vibrant bodies. Because that is the truth of the divine. There is that place within each and every one of us that has never been touched by anything. And so I allow that to simply unfold and express for each and every one of us right here, right now. I trust and know that we are each of us living lives of brilliant, infinite abundance. And as I look around, I see only abundance in everything I experience. For everything I experience is an experience of the divine, which is pure abundance. I trust and know that we are each of us steeped and experiencing beautiful, beautiful relationships. That every person we encounter, we are in relationship with. Every idea we encounter, we are in relationship with. And these relationships are founded and grounded in one place, the source of all creation, the divine. And so I simply allow them to unfold based in that. And I know that there is only creative expression. And so I honor the creative journey on which each of us are expressing. Each of us stepping more deeply and more profoundly into the deepest expression of creation by means of each and every one of us. For it is showing up in our lives constantly. And so I know that we, each of us today, take a step into a deeper, more expressive, conscious commitment toward the expression of the creative source that we have at hand. I trust that this is the truth, and I simply relax into this truth right here and right now, knowing that every single one of us leaves here today with and as perfection. And so in gratitude, I simply give over. I allow my words spoken to be done. I let it be so. I know it is so. And together we say, and so it is.
People asking questions, lost in confusion. Well, I tell them there's no problem, only solutions. Well, they shake their heads and they look at me as if I've lost my mind. I tell them there's no hurry, I'm just sitting here doing time. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. just had to let it go. I just had to let it go. I just had to let it go.
Aaron Hughes and the Queen Street Band. So we're going to wrap it up today on page 15 of your songbooks with God Makes Me Want to Sing. Right, Stephen? That's right. God makes you want to sing.
And fear holds you back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm loving every living thing. Every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, no less or more. We all got the same treasures in store. So I'm loving every living thing.
Here we go.
I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. In my light, in my guiding light. No matter what comes, it always turns out right. Turns out right. I just dig right down to how I feel. To take a deep breath and grab the wheel. I'm believing in my guiding light. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm rising to a higher place. To a higher place. With a wind at my back and a smile upon my face. Smiling on my face. Living my dream a little more each day. It keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm rising to a higher place. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Wanna sing, wanna sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything.